Bus boys and poets, you better know it. Shorty's Traveling Art Show. The Learning Tree, 2023. Met Brandon Scott. I'll see you on Tuesday. We got a date. Langston Hughes, Bus Boys and Poets. Smoke them if you got them. I got a story to tell you. The story's about Shorty. It's about Get Shorty. Been doing it at Starbucks. I've been doing it in the streets. I've been doing it at my store. I do it everywhere I go. Like Johnny Appleseed. I ain't doing nothing but spreading love for you, baby. So we're going to do this right here on St. Paul's at Johns Hopkins University. All right? I need Dean Smoke from the University of Baltimore Law School to give me 3 students. The school year is getting ready to start. I want to file a class action lawsuit against the United States of America about being black in America. You over-incarcerate the black community. Yeah. If not a class action lawsuit, I want to refile Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? I'm the lab rat. I'm the test dummy. The crash dummy. Because y'all crashed my life. I shook it off and I started over again. And this is how we're going to do it. Like I said, I ain't got nothing but love for you. Art and activism. The art of protest. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. And people pay attention to this. That's love. All right? Mike! Check! Can you hear me now? That's love. And I ain't giving you nothing but love. Art and activism. The art of protest. We can confront racism to create a more inclusive world. And just world. We stand in solidarity with our black partners, customers, and communities. We will not be bystanders. Well, Governor Hogan been protecting racism. These are toilets, and I use toilets as props for my movie. These are the supporters of Shorties. All right? Just because you see me by myself don't mean I'm by myself. These are the supporters of Shorties. All right? And that's my original toilet in 2007. Y'all locked me up for it. That's Governor Hogan and Ronald Reagan, and we ain't going back to Reaganomics. These are the supporters of Shorties. All right? Like I said, this is my traveling art show. A Shorty documentary. A Shorty documentary. Judge Holland, Judge Turnbull, Judge Boris, Judge Bridges, Chief Justice Roberts, Eric Holder. That's the Baltimore Ravens. Shorty documentary. That's President Obama. It's about your prison industry. Inmate. I went home on vacation and came back on probation. All right? And when I went home on vacation, y'all stole my property. I own Shorty's. Shorty's Underground Ribs and Catering. Since 1998. I own all parts of me. And y'all illegally incarcerated me. You kidnapped me from my family. You feel me? This is 2015. I told y'all I was making a documentary. Director of Promotions and Arts. Director of Promotions and Arts in New York, Maryland, Philadelphia, Chicago, and the Maryland State film industry. All right? I told y'all what I was going to do. Respectfully submitted. And Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake got that. I'm a cook, and this is where I started at. Art and activism, the art of protest. And that's Governor Hogan. These are my sons, Philip and Neil, and we took this toilet to Washington, D.C. We took it to Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, and I made them carry the toilet. Yeah, Jesus had a cross, Martin had a dream, Malcolm got a gun, Shorty got a toilet. We all got our shit to deal with. And it's the shit you got to deal with, because I'm getting ready to do it again. I'm putting toilets all over the city. Art and activism. And them toilets is going to have judges' names on them, like Judge Souter. Kwesi Mfume, you my representative. We are requesting all state and local officials in and around the city of Zion, Illinois, to conduct a complete investigation into the death of Shorty's son, Jarrell, in 2006. All right? We are also employing all appropriate officials in the state of Maryland to assist Shorty in his efforts to achieve justice in Illinois. And instead of getting justice, y'all lock me up, and y'all let them lock me up. You my congressman. You represent me. These are my people that represent me. I got a right to petition my government to represent me. These are criminal charges on Falls Road, Cockeysville. All right? James Hammond. You can't have 2 leases on one property. While I was locked up in another state, you stole property. You feel me? You cashed checks. Paul Weinblatt, Margaret Davis, Philip Davis, Cheryl Nelson. All right? Got that? Chesapeake. Those are the people that's going to be the witness. Now, the state of Maryland told me to file charges. And I filed charges against Scott Shellenberger, but nobody did nothing. Right here. Thank you for contacting the Office of the Comptroller. All right? It says right here, contact the Federal Trade Commission, the Credit Bureau, your police department. And I gave it to your police department. You see that? 2016. That's Brian Frosh. You were the Attorney General. You were Senator when I started this. Senator Frosh. You was on the Senate Judiciary Committee. We talking about the money you make off black bodies. That's Brian Frosh. It's early morning on Saturday at Johns Hopkins University. You go to Congressman Cummings' office, Harry Spikes got all this. I got a file with Congressman Cummings' office. I got a file with the mayor's office. I got a file with the council. I got a file, and my files is all public knowledge. That's a legal notice, all right? And that's my lawyer, John Bailey in Illinois. Lake County, Baltimore County, Lake County, and Baltimore City. People of the state of Illinois versus, all right? I never got a trial. I never got a trial. And you know all about that. That's Governor O'Malley in the state of Maryland. And these are my representatives, the senators and the congressmen. Block party gets bigger and better. That's me. I'm the cook in Baltimore, and I'll be cooking it up. And this is from 2009, long before y'all locked me up in 2011. Like I said, I'm telling you a story. Art and activism, the art of protest. That's my film crew. These are the supporters of Shorties. You see the addresses? You see the zip codes? That's President Barack Obama. That's the Maryland Controller's Office. Federal and state crimes. That's Hazel Norman. Shorty documentary. Shorty documentary. These are the people in the documentary. We the inmates of the Lake County Jail. You feel me? We the inmates of the Lake County Jail. And these are the inmates. These are the inmates. That makes it a class action lawsuit. All right? And Governor O'Malley had that. Governor Quinn had that. The Attorney General had that. Marilyn Mosby had that. That's a legal notice. And that's the White House. See that? 1402 Lochner. President Barack Obama. You feel me? President Barack Obama. That's my film crew. Meat on Fire. Shorty's Pit Beef and Ribs. You feel me? Falls Road. I own Shorties and I own all parts of Shorties. That's Eric Holder. That's the Department of Justice. And that's my Department of Justice ID number. See the date? 2014. See my film crew? Rob Fix. That's Governor O'Malley. That's Judge Cox. That's Chief Johnson. And no attack occurred. That's the storyboard that you stole. And like I said, these are the inmates. Please contact Senator Cardins, Senator Conyers, U.S. Senate, also Lake County Board. That's Peter Francott and Brian Frosh. You feel me? That's Peter Francott and Brian Frosh. Making a movie about Baltimore. Bus Boys and Poets. Food, caffeine, film, and coffee. They closed Bus Boys and Poets. But I'm getting ready to open something up. That's Chuck D from Public Enemy in my toilet in Washington, D.C. at the Department of Justice. That's Doug Gansler in my toilet. And that's my crazy white boy. I'm Shorty. Alright? Shorty's bootleg barbecue. So good I'm illegal. That's my penitentiary number. I don't hide what I do. I went to jail for a reason. The good kind of trouble. And I'll go again. Bus Boys and Poets, you better know it. Art and activism. The art of protest. That's Marilyn Mosby. And that's the Baltimore Sun. Y'all locked me up. Like I said, I'm not Emmett Till. I don't stutter when I talk. When I got something to say, I say it loud. Those are criminal charges. I never got a trial. District Court of Maryland, Baltimore County. I never got a trial. Y'all charged me with harassment of conduct. Y'all charged me with burglary. Y'all charged me with theft. Y'all charged me with malicious destruction of property. All right? And I want a trial. I want all this to be in the air because you're going to clear my name and stop charging me just for being black. Shorty documentary. That's the Supreme Court. Governor Quinn. You feel me? Shorty documentary. Art and activism. That's Governor O'Malley. And that's Jake Davis. Jake Davis is a thief and a liar. And he need to go to jail. He didn't pay taxes in 2008 when I was locked up. You feel me? He didn't pay taxes. That's Dick Gregory. And these are the supporters of Shorties. I was locked up in another state and my son left me there. You feel me? That's Mark Clark and the Big Fat Morning Show. And that's me, 1402 Lochner, Black Legislative Caucus. You see who's on that Legislative Caucus? You see these representatives? That's Keith Grant, Public Defender. My mail has been tampered with. Mail is extended to my admitted as evidence. The jail is responsible for that. You feel me? 2008, I was locked up in another state, so nobody should have been running my business. That's 2009, a motion for a hearing. I never got a hearing and I never got a trial. 1402 Lochner. That's Judge Holland. Because like I said, blacks have no rights in which white people respect. Ask Marcella Holland. That's me. That's me. A public hearing. I never got it. That's George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic. I'm out $250 million. And that toilet was art and evidence. I'm an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. That's Linda Dodge from Parole and Probation. That's Jeremy Stemmick. He paid his lawyer $40,000 to get that case taken off. $40,000 to fix a case. That's Valerie Fox from PNC Bank. You see these names? It's all out here for the world to see. And that's 2014, the Maryland House of Delegates. You feel me? This is the property that you stole from me. The entire contents of the defendant's vehicle, a 1999 Chevy Suburban. You owe me for the truck, the computer, and the contents of the vehicle. Because I was making a documentary about you. It's a time and material job. More time, more money. More money, more problems. That's the Shorty documentary. That's Hazel Norman. That's James Hammond. That's Jake Davis. And these are forged checks because, like I said, I was locked up in another state. That's not my signature. You feel me? That's not my signature. And that's Governor O'Malley. Release all material to the voters. What you do in the dark always comes out in the light. Commode Motion by the Baltimore Sun. I gave you the diamond effect. The criminalization of poverty. That's WJZ and everybody that knew. That's Fox 45 and everybody that knew. That's the political figures and everybody knew. And that's the Baltimore Sun. That's D.C. Stevens. And Governor O'Malley got his criminal enterprise set up like D.D. Stevenson. He had Bernstein and Shellenberger. Now he got Shellenberger and Ivan Bates. He had Belfield. Now he got Worley. Judge Turnbull, Judge Pearson, Judge Holland. I named your judges and I broke your criminal enterprise down because you're talking about corruption. Shorty, pull your mask up? Yeah, we're going to talk about this on Tuesday so the world can see. That's Baltimore County Department of Corrections. That's 2011. All right? All of this is right here. My complaints and everything. You got that? It's all on paper. Art and activism. The supporters of Shorties. I own Shorties. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? I've been Shorty since 1998. We're talking about the legacy. All right? The legacy. Martin Luther King. Ain't no problem asking for his job because ain't nobody doing his work. You feel me? So I gave you the legacy. That's Wes Moore. That's President Biden and the Department of Justice. That's the 13th Amendment. That's the NAACP. That's Thurgood Marshall. And that's Billy Murphy. Ask Billy Murphy about me. That's the Shorty program. I gave you the Shorty program. Part of my program was the political part. Following the political parties. So Governor Hogan, Governor O'Malley, Governor Westmore. Yeah, I know all y'all, and all y'all know me. We're going to address racism in 2023. You feel me? Because I put it in a book. Can of whoop ass, and I'm getting ready to whoop y'all's ass. That's my prison ID number. That's my prison. And I'm white. You see that? I'm white. That's 2011. Shorty, champion for justice. I am Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Shorty, pull your mask up. Y'all never paid me for that. Y'all owe me for that. You feel me? Y'all owe me for that. The health department owe me. That's Baltimore City. That's Annapolis. Those are criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger. Community in crisis. That's Governor O'Malley in parole and probation. The prison industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry in Maryland. And all I did is just told the truth. I'm the lab rat. Ex-felons got a right to vote. We got a right to vote and run for office. We got 50,000 ex-felons. Imagine what we can do to Baltimore. That's a writ of certiorari to the Supreme Court. And that's the Supreme Court, Chief Justice Roberts. That's the Maryland State Board of Elections. I'm a whistleblower. I'm a mentor. And that's Gmail. Gmail, Google Drive, all that. Google Maps. Attorney General Eric Brown. Eric Barron. You feel me? You got that. See the date? 1/3/2022 at 0 a.m. Paper trail. Gonna send y'all to jail. I applied for Martin Luther King's job. Ain't no law against that. This your learning tree. And you're gonna learn something about me. You feel me? And it's all right here. Baltimore City Police Department came in my house and put guns to my head. That's the case right there. I never got the names of those officers. That's internal affairs. That's the case number right there. 2010. And when you couldn't lock me up and you couldn't scare me, you couldn't kill me, you charged me with terrorism. This is my community. These are my kids. This is what I do in Baltimore. You feel me? President Trump got this, my whistleblower's application. The county executive, Johnny Oleski, got this. Commissioner Harrison got this. It's good night to racism. Good morning to freedom. Good night to racism. And good morning to freedom. So on Tuesday, I want everything to belong to me. Like I said, I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. I just got one. He been reading this. You feel me? I just got one. And I can leave this shit up here all day. It's a public art exhibition. I'm in the art district. This is a learning moment. This is the Johns Hopkins University. So people pay attention to love. This art and activism is social media. See what I'm saying? This 6 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? Mike! Check! See you Tuesday, Brandon. Bring that book and bring that paperwork. Answer that mail.